Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first-time viewer, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you, and please like and comment on this video. This is my recap, my review for Cutting It in the ATL season, season 2, episode 5. World Wide Web of Lies. The episode starts off with Maya. She's talking to her, I guess, assistant, and Maya is just venting because she's trying to figure out, okay, why is it that all these people are trying her lately? You know, like Mushiya with the whole parade thing, and then now with Pat in the funeral thing. Again, this is all for TV, jokes and laughs. Probably some of these women don't even talk to each other when the cameras aren't on, to be honest with you. So I'm not taking any of this too seriously. And it's like one side of me is like, well, you know, if it was really a professional event, then but then the other side of me is, okay, if this is supposed to be so professional, then why is Maya now plotting to go after Pat? It's like, okay, so you're going to meet petty with petty even though you're saying you're better than that. I'm not judging you for that. I just want to know, where do you really stand? Are you really true in your convictions of that was some BS, how dare she do that? Or are you just like, alright, I'm kind of low-key glad that she did that because now I get to do something back to someone. You know, not to Mushiya, but to the newcomer Pat. That's what I find interesting. That's what I really find interesting. So Maya enacts a plan. She realizes, okay, she's going to go and do some cyber attacking on Pat's cyber business. And so, because she's like, okay, well, they're still stuck in the 20th century, I'm in the 21st century type of vibe. It's like, oh, so their website, oh, and they use this host, oh, what's his name, Steven or Mike? Oh, I know him, so let's go and see if I can get him to help me out. And he's like, oh, Mike's ready to help me out. I'm like, so you're doing the same thing that, okay, now Deidre goes and she talks to Pat, because Deidre, again, wants to congratulate Pat on a job well done. And this is like, I never rode in a hearse before. Pat is crazy, but I respect someone like that because she keeps it real. So Deidre, of course, is there with ulterior motives because Deidre seems a little too calm, cool, and collected. So we're all pondering, what is she really there for? She's there because she needs to pick Pat's brain. Pat is a businesswoman. She owns multiple beauty schools. And so Deidre's like, you know, I have a new revolutionary idea. Me opening up a beauty school. Pat had this look of, now I just had to come up with this one person who we're fighting over who did the whole $50 weaves, or maybe credit wasn't given to the person who came to that market originally and opened up shop, and now I have Deidre. So Pat's apprehensive at first, but Deidre seems like she's serious. Deidre said she did actually go to school for this, so she's been applying to do something like this for years. And now that she actually knows someone who's successfully done it, she wants to work with her. But I'm thinking, Pat, I know that you watch my videos, or at least part of my videos. Pat, come here. Make sure that if you really go, if she's just partially picking your brain, that's fine. But if she's really relying on you for stuff, you need a percentage. I'm telling you this right now. You need a percentage. You need a silent partner percentage so that you don't have to physically invest any money, but you can invest your time and maybe some other resources. Get a percentage, because Deidre, depending on how she implements this could go well. And you don't want to try to go in afterwards. You need to come in when she's initially building it from the ground up. I understand you're looking like, damn, I don't even know if I want to go into business with this woman because she goes from 0 to 100 and she acts one way, but I see her as another way. It's funny because Deidre and Pat are actually on the same page, because in their confessionals, they're saying the same things about each other. They're like, okay, she's crazy and all, but she's real, and I appreciate that. That's what both of them said. It's just like, oh, she's a little ghetto, a little this, and I'm like, ghetto? Okay. But again, she's real, and I appreciate that. So maybe those two going into business will be good together. LaKenya talks to Maya, and LaKenya basically tries to sweet talk Maya, but LaKenya needs hair. LaKenya needs hair. She cut out runway curls, literally cut out runway curls, and so now she has to worry about he doesn't have any hair. And Maya's just like, I was really inspired by LaKenya, but LaKenya, you can't do this flip-flopping stuff. And that's what we all agree. LaKenya consistently flip-flops, and it's not okay, because you don't build people's trust when you do things like that. I don't think LaKenya realizes that. She's trying to put in her mind that it's just business, but no, you're building a personal relationship with these people as well. And so when you go and do that, you're basically saying, thank you for your help, but screw you. That's how they feel. Regardless of how you see it, that's how they feel. And so Maya, of course, is going to accept her because LaKenya, even though she has a small business, she sells a lot of hair. So, of course, money. And that's all I was telling Maya, what was it, like 2 episodes prior? Accept her back. If she's bringing in real tangible business, then accept her back. Accept her back. She's doing something, multiple things right, and you need to make sure that she's on your train. What's his name? Steve? Steven comes and talks to Maya, and he gives her a present because, just to kind of commemorate her award. But Maya's just like, it was crazy how Pat came and did all of that, and it's just like unprofessional. And it's like, who even invited her? Steven invited her. So he's just like, yeah, I did. She was like, look, I didn't know her, but I knew of her. Like, she was someone on the list to invite. Production gave me these other people to invite, so I invited them. That's what really happened. How this goes. But the thing is, I also talked to Beauty. Beauty! You talked to Beauty! It's just like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. Beauty's supposed to be a friend and a business partner of mine, and she went behind my back and did all of that. And I will agree with you, because Beauty, she should have nipped that in the butt. She should have nipped that in the butt if she really has your back. Beauty is being petty with a lot of things, and it's no better than what some of the other people on the show are doing to you. So I'm glad she finally realizes Maya has to fend for herself. She really can't trust anyone on the show because everyone has their own ulterior motives. So they should be looking out for self, even though it shouldn't just have to be like that. But we know how these type of businesses end up being. And that's advice for all of the ladies on the show. LaKenya goes and talks to Mushiya. LaKenya wants to return runway curls. Mushiya's like, no, you can't return them. I'm thinking, yeah, LaKenya's not returning the hair because she probably used up all the hair, but she's returning the marketing equipment. And Mushiya is upset. Mushiya is very upset with LaKenya because Mushiya feels like, why is it that you're here? Why is it that you don't have a backbone? Just because things look a little hairy, instead of talking it out, you're trying to run. And from Mushiya's standpoint, I can understand why she thinks that's how it is. But no, LaKenya has a serious issue with you because of what you did. She felt was unprofessional. Now, I'm hearing that from what Mushiya is saying, that she did have permits to actually be there. And here's the thing about LaKenya. When she was walking away, she threw her hair back and it hit Mushiya's face. Now, that's the thing that I do want to say. Your face is your identity. It actually is your identity to yourself and to the world. So when someone violates this, of course you're going to react the way Mushiya reacted. So I completely understand why Mushiya got very upset. Mushiya has never come out of character like this. She's had interactions with all the other ladies, and they've never taken her to this point that LaKenya took her to. So I can't even say shout out to LaKenya for that, because it was unnecessary. LaKenya didn't do anything that she hasn't seen the other girls do before. The issue is that LaKenya shouldn't be doing things like this, period. Because LaKenya is supposed to be a professional, and she's not supposed to go and do this petty stuff that the other ladies do. And I agree with Mushiya when she said that. But Mushiya also has this very strong personality and this complex of, I'm this, and I respect you in general, but what I say is gold. It's not that I know that I'm right all the time, it's just that I know I'm right. And the difference is, even if someone's telling me something different, I can spin it and make it seem and make it go into my favor. And so LaKenya, went in her car and she started to drive off, but Mushiya's husband, stopped her. It's just like, yo, what happened? It's just like, honestly, I did not mean to have the hair hit her face. So then she went back and she apologized to Mushiya because she said, something like that is never my intention. I just went in there and told you that certain things that you did I thought were disrespectful. So I would never go and personally disrespect you. And of course, I'm doing, I got my acting chops today because I'm making the eyes water and everything, just like with LaKenya. And I would never personally do something like that to you or to anyone after saying that I disrespected them and feeling disrespected. And so Mushiya was just like, listen to me, little girl. Don't you ever... She was like, okay, here's the problem. This is where, again, Mushiya was mad, so I have to keep that in mind, but it was still irritating me, the fact that she was doing it. It's like, of course, you're reprimanding LaKenya because you see her as a child. And I get that from a certain standpoint, but she still is a grown woman. She has her own business. And Mushiya is right when she did say, basically, the things that you're doing in this circle, it's not going to get you that far in life because other people aren't going to tolerate it like they've been tolerating it. And I agree with her with that. But Mushiya still has that complex of, and again, I know that she was mad, but still, it's also how she acts in everyday life, at least that we see on TV. Not with her kids, not with her family, but at least with that, around these people. She probably doesn't act like this around people that she respects. Maybe she doesn't respect these other ladies, and that's why. But she has this complex, and the way how she talks, it comes off as very demeaning, and that she doesn't necessarily care about what other people are saying. So that's why I couldn't be on her train for the whole ride. I had to keep getting off of different stops because it's just like, I'm with you. Oh, stop. I'm with you. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. And here's the thing. Now, Maya, we're getting past that because that whole thing was irritating me to no end. Maya goes and talks with, either his name is Mike or Steve, and this guy's a tech guru. And I think that he realized that Pat has a vulnerability. Pat, I hope that this was all cleared up, and also for your Twitter, do the same thing for your Twitter, because who knows, she could try and do the same thing for that. So be careful with that. But Maya went and she had this guy go and put her brand behind Maya. Maya got this guy to put her brand behind Pat's Facebook and her website, and it was just like, wow, because that was ingenious. It honestly was ingenious. I wasn't expecting something like that, even though I'm thinking this is really petty. And I guess it is petty meets petty, even though you said that you weren't going to. But again, it's a show, so I can't take any of this seriously, and I feel like none of us should take this too seriously. But I was just like, wow, that's scary. That makes... I might have to go and do some research, because that can happen to any of us, honestly. Now, Pat goes and she's trying to help Deidre out, because Deidre is looking at all of this equipment. Deidre is getting afraid of the pricing, and Pat's letting her know that you have to still spend on marketing dollars. You can't just put all your money into the furniture. Your equipment has to be great, but slow down on the furniture, because you still have to brand. You still need to get people to come to it. Your name is not enough. No one's name is just enough. You have to brand. Pat says she does radio. She does some local TV. She, of course, also does social media. She spends about $200,000 a month on marketing. And I'm like, that sounds like a real budget. See, that's what I respect. I absolutely respect these business people, these business women, because that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to see. And so, when Deidre goes to Pat's page, she realizes Walking Weaves is on there. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. And Deidre's like, Lord Jesus, Pat, she got you. We love you, but she got you. So we'll see how she got you, because that was a slap in the face. A pure slap in the face. A pure slap in the face. Now, what I do want to say is, did the producers put it in their head to go and check her social media, or what, because we know how the timing is always a little too coincidental. Now, Mushiya's at home and she's talking to her husband, and Mushiya is still pissed because Mushiya actually liked LaKenya, like we all thought. Mushiya looked like she actually wants to take LaKenya under her wing and liked her enough. But the thing is, Mushiya should realize that LaKenya is a different type of person. LaKenya is the type where she thinks that she's just being proactive and being smart by jumping off of a ship when it's sinking, when she doesn't realize that you don't just hop from ship to ship to ship. That's LaKenya's main issue. She keeps hopping from ship to ship to ship. But again, I didn't really want to hear Mushiya just reprimand LaKenya the whole time, because we know you're correct about LaKenya needing a backbone and all of that, but LaKenya did try to stand up to you, and so now you want us to believe that, okay, that was all well and good until it had to deal with you. And that's the thing that LaKenya was actually trying to bring up to you. LaKenya was trying to bring up the fact that, why is it okay that I can go and have a backbone with everyone else except for you? And Deidre has a place. She found a place. She's concerned though because it's very, very, very expensive. Extremely, it needs a lot of work put into it. So she's concerned. She's not sure what she's going to do exactly, but of course, she's like, I have to figure this out. Now, Maya meets up with Beauty, and Beauty does her usual backpedaling. Beauty was just like, oh yeah, I didn't, like, watch this. Watch this. Like, let me watch it.
It's based on condition. Your friendship means a lot to me, and I'm glad that you came here today because I feel so horrible.
See, and so Beauty goes and sucks up and apologizes. I think that Beauty honestly didn't expect things to go so bad. I think, because Beauty did feel bad. We have to remember that Beauty felt very bad for Maya and how they were treating her at her event and at her other events as well. So Beauty wanted it to be a little bit messy, but I don't think she realized how much these people don't necessarily like Maya. And so it turned very left. But again, they're in business together for real, so they can't just go and be petty and say, oh, screw you, and it's done. So they had to come to some type of resolution. And I hope that that apology and also my accepting it sticks, because I can see them having a real friendship. They have to watch each other, but I can see them having a real friendship. So that was it for tonight's, or I'm technically filming this in the morning before work. I have to hurry up and get out of here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, and by the way, from August 18th to the 28th, there will be no YouTube video recaps. There may be one or two general YouTube videos I post, but I'll be away from YouTube and will be unable to upload my regular videos. So stick with me on that Sunday. You will get flooded with content. Trust me.